Hi, everybody. About once a year, I get all kinds of questions about how we put together a season. I'm Sally Dietlein. I'm one of the founders of the theater, executive producer, and I'm telling you the most important thing we ever do is put together a season. And so how do we do it? Well, one of the things we do is try to make them varied, different time periods, different places, different genres of music, different genres of drama or comedy, however we put that together. And I thought, wouldn't it be fun to kind of give you a rundown of the 2024 season so that you understand how we did this particular season? And just to let you know, I am so excited about this season because we really went to the wall finding some of the most amazing classics that you ask for over and over again, and really we want to see. And then also some brand new stuff. So we're going to kind of gloss over some of the ones that you already know and really hit the ones that you may not know so well, so you'll get them. But we're going to talk about time period and place and all of them. Well, the reason we are able to talk about the full season right now is because we finally are able to announce the first show of the season, which is Clue. You're right. It's after the wonderful game that everyone plays, Clue. Colonel Mustard, Peacock, White, all of the people who make for this great murder mystery. The time period on that is 1954, during the McCarthy time period. All of the adventure at that time, the costumes, the sights, the sounds. We're going to have a little underscore music that we're very excited about on that one, just to even build it more. So 1954, Clue, murder mystery comedy in the Jewel Box. That one, although is a brand new piece, seems very familiar to people, and they're very excited about it. Now, the next one is one that everybody knows, the world knows. I think next to Les Mis, it's the one that's been played most in the world, and it's The Fiddler on the Roof. Oh my goodness, we've had people beg, when are you going to do that? When are you going to do that? Well, we couldn't get a hold of it because the national tours had it locked down for years and years and years. So we're bringing it back. It takes place in 1905, and of course it's in Eastern Europe, and it's about that amazing Jewish community and their hardships and how they had to leave the home they love. It is remarkable. 1905, Eastern Europe, something you know so well. Okay, now we start getting into the new stuff. The next one, I'm excited about. It's called May We All. It's a regional premiere. It's filled with country music. It's current day, place, and time, but the country music is by, Diamond Rio, Keith Urban, Reba, Dolly, Johnny Cash, a whole list of other major country artists. It took them 5 years to procure all of the music and the rights to be able to put this together. It's, if you know country music at all, every song tells a story. Well, what they did was start matching the stories to the story they were writing about a little town called Harmony, Tennessee, where you almost get a Hallmark-like feeling. And we get a live honky-tonk band on the stage and this amazing music. I am so excited. I think it's going to kind of rear everyone up and get them moving and almost dancing, just like the $1 Million Quartet did. Center stage, you're going to love May We All. Okay, so that's a new regional premiere. The next one, though, is a world premiere, and is called The Time Machine. Now, everybody, I think, knows the book by H.G. Wells, or at least the concept of the book, that there is a time machine that takes you places in time. This one does, and so I don't know what to do to give you the time, but it goes from current to back to the 1800s. Sometimes it'll hit sort of in the 1950s. It just moves with the time periods that are happening. It's underscored. It's inspired by the book, but it isn't the book. It's a brand new reimagining by our own Michael D. Fox. You are going to love The Time Machine. And so that's brand new. It's a world premiere. The next one, I am so thrilled about the next one. I don't know how many of you know Marvin Hamlisch. He is one of the greatest composers of all time in musical theater and film. He wrote the chorus line music. He wrote The Way We Were, other kinds of songs that you just can't forget. He's much loved and much lauded in the entire industry, even in the world. He died in 2012. But before he did, he had worked for years with Rupert Holmes, who is a Tony Award-winning author. And they got together and they decided to do a musical version of The Nutty Professor. Now, we're not talking about the one that was in the 70s. That one, But the one that we're talking about is the one that was done in the early 1960s with Jerry Lewis. We thought, well, this ought to be kind of fun. And so then we listened to the music, and the music is as first-rate music as you can ever possibly understand. It's amazing. And then we got together as a group and we read the script. The script of A Nutty Professor is the first time, without any hesitation, in my 39 years of reading scripts, that we were all able to go, yes, 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 yes. It is so solid. I believe it's going to be a classic. And guess what? We are the second theater ever to do this piece. We were handpicked by Marvin Hamlisch's wife herself, by Terry. And we are going to do this wonderful thing for her, and then she gets to decide what to do afterwards. But you are going to be the first to experience something that we think really has, in what we call the industry, legs, to be able to move out beyond and really become a big hit all over. So The Nutty Professor, 1962 approximately, musical. That's a great time period. The place, of course, is somewhere in the US. The next one we're bringing to you is The Addams Family. I guess it's current. They're as current as time is as we move along, and we're going to have such fun with that again. I mean, it will have been 5 years since the last time we did it. And I mean, people are basically, we're getting down on their knees. Please bring it back. So, okay. We're bringing it to you. And I kind of like it too, so we're going to have lots of fun with that one. Then when we tell you we search the world for new things, literally this happened. Our creative director, Casey Udy, got searching the internet and looking for new stuff. He found a piece that the Royal Shakespearean Company in London did, that they commissioned, because they always commission a great new family thing for Christmas time. And they commissioned this, and it took 5 years in the build. They wanted the Kate DiCamillo story of The Magician's Elephant to be put into a musical. Now, the book, The Magician's Elephant by Kate DiCamillo, is a fabulous allegory, fable. Even though it's being read a lot in the schools, I read it personally. It's as much for adults as it is for children. It's a remarkable, beautiful classic book. And it was put to music by a fabulous composer and a new book written by an Emmy Award-winning writer. And it was done at the Royal Shakespeare. People were crazy about it. They would interview people as they were leaving the musical, and they were going nuts. This thing takes place just post-World War I, about a boy who is orphaned by his mother when he's young, and then he lost his dad during World War I. And he is forced to live with an old army soldier. And the boy, Peter, thinks he has a sister, but he's not sure if his memory is right. Only the elephant knows for sure. And this story will warm you. It will, I find tears come to my eyes. It is so magical and so beautiful for old and young alike. Do not miss The Magician's Elephant. It is a U.S. premiere, and it takes place again, as I said, just post-World War I. After that, of course, we have Beauty and the Beast, which, do you know, in the 7 years it will have been by the time we get to it, in this new space, we've never done Beauty and the Beast. So now you're going to see Beauty and the Beast done. Do you remember how we did the Little Mermaid in this space? Beauty and the Beast will be able to do the same kind of amazing wonder for that classic fantasy. We just call them fantasies are always timeless, aren't they? But that classic fantasy that will be right here on the stage, and it's one that you know, and we're so excited. So can you see how we're taking you all the way around the world, different time frames, different places, different settings, comedies, dramas, things with heart, musicals, non-musicals. You will find that when you buy an entire season, you get everything, because that's what we want to give you, is a sampling of things that every time you get a surprise, a change. Some of them will become your all-time favorites. Some of them you'll love. We try to play to everybody. Thank you for those of you, the thousands of you who have already bought season tickets. Oh, you're fabulous. Thanks for coming on board so we can continue to produce at this level. And the rest of you, I know you'll want to come on board now, knowing how the season is set up. Come join us. Let's have fun. And I'll see you at the theater.